Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Now the question I have for you, and then the question you should be asking me is, look around here, look in this mall. For the most part, do we own anything in this mall? Why is that? That's the question you should ask me. Why are we at the bottom?
I already know.
Why? Because it's in the Bible, there's something you did. Give me, what you got, 28, 15?
No.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That verse is loaded, so I'm going to have him read it slow, and I'm going to explain it to you. Read.
But it shall come to pass.
It shall come to pass. Moses said that which written in this Bible shall come to pass. Guess what? That time is now. Shall come to pass. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If the children of Israel will not listen. That's what hearken means. Listen unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Read.
And do all his commandments.
Go back up a little bit. The voice of the Lord thy God. Yeah.
That will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. To observe, to do all his commandments.
Some of his commandments.
All his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the Most High said, if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. What is a curse, especially when the Most High puts it on you? Is it good or bad?
Bad.
Tell me something bad that happened to the so-called blacks that's here in America. Something that has not happened to nobody else. I'll give you a clue.
Slavery.
How did we get here?
White men took us over here.
What was our mode of transportation?
Ships.
Did that happen to anybody else?
No.
Guess where it's written at? Is that written in the Bible? Yes, it is. Remember that last part said, all these curses shall be upon thee for a sign? No, matter of fact, give me that. Give me verse 46.
Verse 46? Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee,
That they are the curses.
for a sign and for a wonder.
How do we know we're at Huntington Bank? Because of the sign. How do I know you're children of God, or should I say children of Israel? Is because these curses are on you for a sign.
That's right.
And upon thy seed forever.
They're upon thy seed, your children forever. How long is forever? So that would be now. So those curses are on us right now. Right. And you just said that we went into slavery on cargo slave ships and that didn't happen to nobody else. And then I asked you, was that in the Bible? You said no. Well, let's find out. You know why you never read it? For the same reason I never read it. We were shown the Bible and taught religion. We were never taught our nationality in the Bible. So that's what we're doing now. We're bringing you back to who you are, your true nationality.
Right.
Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Let's dialogue for a second. Do you know anything about the Bible? What capacity were the Israelites in Egypt?
The Israelites at the bottom of the barrel.
What were they? Give me a name. You just said it. You just said it earlier when you were talking about the blacks in America. What were the Egyptians in?
Slaves.
They were slaves. How did they get into Egypt? Excuse me, the Israelites were slaves in Egypt. How did they get in there?
I don't know how. I thought most of them was.
They walked in there 70 souls deep.
Yeah.
How did they get delivered out? They walked. Moses split the Red Sea. So what does this mean again? Read that part again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships
so the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. The first time we walked, the second time we went in what? By ships. How did we come to America? The only people. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a correlation real quick. The officer said so eloquently about the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom, Latinos went into slavery on cargo slave ships starting in 1492. They got taken back to Spain. They might have got taken from Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. They were taken on ships too. We're bringing them back to their nationality as well. Give me that. Finishes. Exodus? Yeah. All right. Because the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 6.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
The operative word is Egypt. Now we're going to find out what Egypt is, so listen closely.
From the house of bondage.
What is Egypt? Read it again.
House of bondage.
What is Egypt? What's another word for bondage?
Slavery.
Slavery.
Right.
So now, this is why you never read it. Because the way the Bible is written, it's only written for the Israelites to hear it.
Right.
When you think about parables and similitudes, that's how we speak in the ghetto. No one else can understand our language, but we can. That's just, the prophets spoke the same way.
Right.
Guess who they were? They were you. Read that again.
Exodus, Deuteronomy. Yeah. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
So wouldn't that apply today? Even if we didn't have the Bible, you just said earlier that we were in slavery on cargo slave ships. So even if we remove the Bible, what does that say about us? That we're only talking about us. Now we're adding the Bible to it. So we have concrete evidence that we are the children of Israel.
That's right.
Go back.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Hold it. Come here for a second. What does Egypt mean?
Egypt, bondage.
Slavery. So he's going to bring us what? Back into bondage. When?
Again.
What does again mean?
Again, same thing happening all over.
So it's the second time. So the first time we walked. The second time, watch this.
With ships.
I can drop the mic now. He's going to bring the children of Israel back into slavery again with
Ships.
Who does that apply to?
Us.
Us. And only us. So just with that part right there. And we're saying that this will be upon us for a sign and a wonder, and upon our children forever. The Israelites, matter of fact, hold that. Give me one-on-one so there's no confusion. Let's find out who Moses is speaking to.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
To who?
All Israel.
Who is Moses speaking to in the book of Deuteronomy?
People of color.
No. Read it again.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Not your words, but what did Moses say? That speaking to who?
All
who?
All the people.
Read it again.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
All who? All Israel. He's not speaking to no one else. This Bible was written by, for, and to the Israelites. You black, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's time to wake up. Go back.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68.
Hey sis, pull over for a second. Come talk to your brothers. All right.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
And the Lord will bring you into slavery a second time.
With ships.
How?
With ships.
We're the only ones that meet this curse. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
The way that Moses said it would happen is exactly how it happened. And we wouldn't see our homeland no more again. If I ask you, what is our homeland? The cliche answer is going to be what? Africa. But there's over 100 different countries and 100 different languages in Africa. Where do we come from?
Right.
Where do we come from? Let me show you. Read.
The book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free.
Jerusalem, which is what? Israel, is above. Right now, we're not above. Is free,
which is the mother of us all.
Jerusalem is the motherland. Israel is the motherland. So those Jewish, they wish they were black, that's claiming our nationality in Israel and throughout all the cities in America, they wish they could be a Jew. They've been lying. The lie is over. We are waking up as a people. Really?
Deuteronomy 28. Verse 68, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Will bring us into slavery again with ships.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
If I asked everybody in this lot, especially you black, Latinos, and Native Americans, where you come from, you tell me you come from Crenshaw. You come from Shaker Heights. But you can't tell me where you come from in the Bible. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Look at that. Look at that good. Who does this apply to? And who were we sold to? And what did the Bible call them? Read it.
And ye shall be sold to your enemies.
And you were sold to your enemy. You still serve your enemy. You even serve their God. And I'm not picking on you. Our people as a nation serve the gods of the other nations. We're the only ones that serve a God that doesn't look like us. Take a look right here. I'm going to come back to that. Look at this right here, brother. Who do you look like? This guy or this guy? When you go to church, who do the blacks and Latino worship? This guy or this guy? This is why we're able to kill each other at the drop of a dime. But you know what? You can see this neighborhood as being gentrified. A white person can walk through you all's neighborhood and y'all don't say nothing. We don't condone violence, but you don't say nothing to them. But if a black guy that looks like you walk by,
like in the campus area at the wrong time, yeah.
You know why?
Don't go by German village. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know why? Look right here. You love this man. Even if you know this is Christ, you follow the doctrine that comes with this man.
I don't have no pictures in my apartment.
You celebrate Christmas?
I had this.
You celebrate Christmas?
That's what I have.
Hey, you. Most of us. What holidays you celebrate? I know you celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you gotta eat.
Well, guess what?
Right, man.
Listen, you celebrate this man because you know what you worshiping? The killing of all your brothers and sisters.
Right.
When you celebrate Thanksgiving.
Right.
The cranberry sauce is your blood being shed.
Right.
All of that is your death. It's white supremacy. That's what you celebrate. The death of your people. You got it?
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Who did the Bible say our oppressor was? They sold us into slavery? The white man. But not only him. As the officer said so eloquently earlier, East Indians, the Chinese, the true Africans, the white man, all of them are your enemies, and you serve all of their gods. Read, hold your thought.
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
It says, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways.
Right.
Do you think you're envying your oppressor right now? Let me show you in Leviticus. Let me show you right now. Because there's small things that we think are small, but they are big things. You know why? Because those small things keep us at the bottom. So if we can correct the small things, we won't have no problem with correcting the big things. So do you believe in this Bible? Now watch this. One thing about the Bible, it's going to test you. You can say it with your mouth, but we're going to find out if your actions mimic what your mouth said. Right? 21 and 5 and 1927 both.
Get out.
Because it's very important. Because we're saying that this Bible only pertains to you. You should be saying to me, Officer Aaron, every time I open my mouth, you should say, prove it. We're doing it anyway because we don't tell you our words. We give you the words of the Most High.
That's right.
Read.
Leviticus chapter 21 verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
What does that mean? They shall not make baldness upon their head. What does that mean?
Untruth, lies.
It's literal. It's not speaking in a parable right now. It's literal. Thou shalt not make boldness upon your hair. You should see your hair. Do not put a razor to your head like Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Tyrese, any of them. You are not to make boldness upon your head. No, right. Pay close attention to this next part.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
You're on. What does that mean when it says, neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard? What does that mean?
Well, I don't know as far as certain things on that, but I know I got a clean shave. Check it out on the website.
Listen, you know why yours like that? It's like most black people. When we shave with a razor, what do we get? Bumps on our face. Read that again. You know why we get bumps on our face? Let's find out.
They shall not shave off the corner of their beard.
So guess what the Most High said? One of the curses, we would be cursed because we broke his commandments. One of his commandments was what? Thou shalt not shave off the corner of their beard. Right. Have you looked in the mirror lately? So what does that tell you? You didn't know, but if I see you tomorrow and I don't see stubbles on your face, you're a liar. Because you said you believe what the Bible said. Right. So the next time these brothers see you here in front of them, or maybe at the school, what should you have on? Look at all these brothers around you, whether young or old. What do they got on their face? Bring it out. That's right. That distinguishes you from the woman. But most importantly, that's a badge of what?
You can read it again? Yeah. They shall not, it says, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
Yeah, he's going to get it. So, we got to understand words, because a lot of times when we read this Bible, we gloss over words that we don't understand. And a lot of times we highlight stuff with a black marker. Because obviously, you said you believe God, but you never read that.
I was seeing that part. I was seeing the other Bible, but it wasn't that type in there.
Guess what? It's in all of them. Now watch this. Let's find out what the beard represents. Call the book out.
This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Let me see. Beard. Here it is. Beard. A badge of manly dignity.
A badge of manly dignity. So if you don't have your beard on, do you have any type of dignity right now, according to the Most High? Because guess what? I used to rock it. When I would be out hanging out back in the day, we'd get a nice trim up, might get a goatee. And when we went to work, what did they force us to do? Shave it. But guess what? You no longer have to do that. You can wear your beard to work if you choose to. You can. All you got to do is get a letter from Israel United in Christ. When you come to the school, they can furnish you with that letter. You can take it to your job, and you can say, look, I'm not shaving my beard no more, because this is a badge of what?
A badge of manly dignity.
Because right now, this is the crazy part. In our society today, we cannot tell the difference between men and women. If a girl, or like they call themselves studs, come up here dressed like you, no beard, and you have no beard, how do I know who the heck you are? How do I know who you are?
Bring it out.
And if I see you from behind or from the side and you don't got a beard, because some of the women look more manly than our men. Am I lying? This is why the Bible said this. Go back to Leviticus.
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in the flesh.
Do you understand that? The reason why I'm asking you that is, give me Deuteronomy 28:15. It says, do all my commandments, and if you don't, these curses will be upon you. So shaving your beard, is that a big thing?
Well, usually going in places, being a black man, certain places, you can't go around big afros and...
Look at these brothers. Look, take a good look. We rock our froze if we got here. I don't got it no more, but I'm okay with that. But guess what? We rock our froze, we rock our beard, because guess who look like that? Look at Christ.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.